Hello everyone, Ads from Unity Trading Group here, and this is the one we've all been waiting for, Binance Futures. So this is the trading interface, and the setup is very similar to the one that you found in the previous video in the margin section. But we'll go through how to fund the account, and we'll see how to set orders and what everything means. So it's a little bit to take in as soon as you look at it. So we'll try and go as detailed as possible. So on the right hand side, you'll see your trading interface. In the middle and on the right hand side here, you will see the chart and the interactive chart, which you're all probably used to by now. But what are the key differences? What are the fundamental differences between this and spot? So spot trading is basically using your own money for trading on Binance, and then futures is using borrowed money, using the same as margin, using borrowed cash to open up larger positions, and then you can buy against the market or with the market, obviously long and short. So moving on the right hand side, this is the business end. This is where we see all of our assets and trading assets and everything like that. So what we need to do when you first look at this, you will have nothing in your futures wallet. So you need to transfer some funds over. And what you need to do to trade BTC USDT, you need to transfer USDT from your spot wallet over to your futures wallet. And how you do that, you come over to the futures section in Binance, and then you look for the transfer. So from spot to USDT futures, coin USDT, excuse me, and then you can type the amount and confirm, and then it'll transfer immediately over to your futures wallet. Now, when you start doing this, you're going to be asked a quiz, and it'll bring up a video. You can either watch this one, but I do recommend you watch the Binance video also, just to give yourself or familiarize yourself with the platform again after watching this, and then answer the quiz, and you can start trading that way. So a couple of things we need to know before we even put a trade on. Top left-hand corner, where it says USDT futures, where we can trade all the different assets. We'll be concentrating on BTC for this example. It says isolated and 20x. So isolated and cross. So cross margin basically shares your margin balance across all of the prices or all of your open positions to avoid your account being liquidated. You can do this, but if you're coming from BitMEX and you're used to platforms like Bybit and BitMEX, isolated mode is what you want, where your risk is managed position by position and your liquidation is managed position by position. So you open a position and the margin from your account isn't shared between all the open positions you have, and this is the one you want to use, isolated margin mode. And you can read the descriptions if you want a little bit more information on that. 20x is basically the leverage, all right? So it'll give you the maximum position size versus the leverage that you're at. Binance goes all the way up to 125x, so you're borrowing 125 times the amount of margin you put into the trade, or margin meaning the amount of money you put forward to each trade individually. All right, so leave it on 20x for now, and I recommend you go even further down to 10x, even 5x for beginners. But for this example, we're going to use 20. Actually, we'll go to 10. Go to 10x for this example. So after we've done that, the next thing you need to know is, if you go over to the three lines just in the corner, you can go to position mode. So position mode is basically one way or hedge. So one way mode, basically you can only hold a contract in one direction. So if you buy long, it's long. If you buy short or you sell short, it's short. In hedge mode, you can have one contract and it can hedge against both long and short. All right. For this example, we're going to stick to one way. You can look at hedge mode in your own time, and there is more information at the top left-hand corner where it says guide, and then you can have a look and see, and you can read more into hedge mode. But for this example, we're going to stick to one way. We're going to keep it nice and simple for this example. Again, order confirmation, top right-hand corner. We want to have the order confirmations on, so we can double check the position sizes that we're going to be using for each trade. So we're going to have that on. So the business end. This is where we're going to try and set a trade. So we've got this structure here. We're going to be setting a trade. We want to go long at the nearest level of demand, and we're going to set our stop loss underneath the price. This is just an example. This is not TA or anything like that. We're just going through how to do this. So 10.3, 10.06, and 10.105.39. That's going to be our stop loss. So come over to the right hand side. We have 95.14 USDT in our account. That's our own cash. All right. And we're going to set how big the trade is going to be. Well, first we're going to type in the amount that we're going to buy at, or we want to long at. So we want to long at 10.310. That's the price that we want to set a long position for BTC. And size, I do recommend you use the slider. As you pull the slider up, you can see the BTC buy is going up, and you can see underneath on this area here, you can see how much cost is going to be deducted from our holdings or from our margin to open up that position. So we're going to stick to 10% for now, or even 20. It doesn't matter for this example. Make sure you're using your own risk. Make sure you're calculating your risk, and make sure you're keeping everything tight knit. If you've make sure you're only using 5 or 1 to 5% of your account. Obviously, risk management is another lesson altogether. However, just keep it tight and keep it managed, and don't over leverage yourself, and don't over position yourself. So we want to buy, we want to long BTC at a 10x leverage. We want to use 20% of our account for this example. It is an example at 10.310 USD. What we want to do, we're going to set a stop loss as well. Take profit stop loss. Click, tick the button. Oops, excuse me. There we go. We want last price. So last price is basically the price in the book. All right. And we want to have our stop loss set at 10.105 USDT. And then we want to go buy long. It'll ask us our confirmation. So price is 10. Our order quantity, that's obviously order quantity, including the 10x leverage that we've borrowed from BTC, from Binance to open this position. Our stop loss, last price, it's going to tell us our stop loss is 10.105 at the last price, and you can press buy long. It'll set that limit order in the book at 10.310 USD, and our stop loss will be put into the book as soon as the position is open, and the position will come up here. That's as easy as that, as limit orders on Binance. So you can use your TA like supply and demand, with support and resistance, Fibonacci, to open all these positions up, and you can set your stop losses as you see fit. And I recommend you do use a stop loss for every single trade that you take. And this goes across BTC, USD, Bitcash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, everything like that, XRP, all using USDT. So if you're using USDT on Binance futures to trade, to short and long or margin trade, it's going to give you, it's the easiest way to do it instead of using BTC as the base pair. So having everything in USDT or having everything in USD or dollars is going to give you the easiest way to set your stop losses, easiest way to set your margin, easiest way to set your risk management, everything like that. So we'll go ahead and cancel this trade for the minute, and we'll show you how to sell short. So coming up here, we'll get rid of our TA for the minute, and we'll see where we should short BTC. This is only an example, so I'll draw in the orders there. We'll have our stop loss above. Let's say we're shorting at the bodies of the candles. So 11.327 and 11.531 will be our orders of interest or areas of interest. So we want to sell short at those levels. We want to sell short at 11.327. All right, we want to set 20% of our account on that price. We'll say that's how much we're selling, 0.016 of a Bitcoin, isolated at 10x. Okay, if we bring up our slider to 30%, this number should change. There you go. So it does change. Sell So we're using the same amount of margin, we're using 20% of our margin, but because we've changed the percentage borrowing amount off Binance, our sell amount changes. So we'll go back down to 10x, and as we move this slider, it should change the sell back down. It will, back down to 0.16 or 0.016. And we want our stop loss to be above that price because it's a short. So we go 11,531 and sell short. We want to sell short at 327. Our order quantity is 0.016 of a Bitcoin, and our last price, our stop loss is 11,531, sell short, and our order sits in the book at 11,327, and our stop loss will hit the book as soon as that market or as soon as that price or that position is open. Not only can you do limit, you can do market, which I don't recommend for trading this way. If you're trading low time frames, if you're scalping, if you're using Binance margin to scalp, this is probably more where market orders will come in, and it's the same thing. The only difference is you've only got the slider and you've got sell short, buy long, and you can set your take profit stop loss as well. And this is for a smaller, lower time frame trade. But exactly the same process. You can go stop limit, stop market, or trailing stop. All right. Look, you can use stop market if you're trading breakouts, using stop limit if you're trading breakouts. I won't go through that in this tutorial or this walkthrough at the minute. There are more advanced features, so we'll stick to limit and market. So what does it look like when we are in a short or when we're in a long? What does it look like? What does the trading interface look like? So what we'll do, we'll keep it on 10x. We'll use a 10%. We'll use a 10% risk or margin on our account, and we'll sell short, and we'll see what that looks like. So this is what an open position looks like on Binance. So we've got margin call or margin isolated at 8.87. We'll use 8.87 USDT for this trade. All right. Then we've got our entry price at 10,886, our mark price at 10,886. Mark price is basically the average price across the exchange. And then we've got the liquidation price here at 11,92258. So because we're using isolated mode, our liquidation price is position by position. So you'll have a separate liquidation price. If you're using cross, so if you're changing this to cross, okay, and you're opening positions up that way, then your liquidation price or your margin will be spread across all the positions you've got open to give you the best liquidation price on all those positions. So look, in my opinion, this is my opinion, keep it to isolated mode. Keep every trade isolated and do it trade by trade. Go one way at a time. So market limit, so close positions, all right? So if you want to close at market, take the number one price in the buy side at the given time. You can press market, that'll close that trade, and then you can type in your price for limit close as well. So if you want to limit close this, for example, if we want to close at 10,600, we can press limit. We can close this trade at 10,600. Our order quantity will be 008 BTC, and our estimated profit and loss will be a 2.29 USDT profit. And that's what it looks like when you have a close at 10,600. So if this comes down and hits our price at 10,600, we will get a 2.27 USDT profit. So that just makes it a little bit easier to work out. Like I said, it makes it heaps easier to work everything out in USDT than it does BTC on other platforms that we've used in the past, specifically Bybit and BitMEX. So that's a 15-minute video on how to trade and a basic walkthrough on how to trade Binance futures. So we've gone through limit orders, market orders, we've gone through isolated and cross accounts, we've gone through your leverage and how that really interacts with your position sizes. So if you haven't already, join us at unitytradinggroup.com, join the Discord, get involved, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. If there's any requests that you have, jump into the Discord, let us know what you want to see, and we'll get it done. For now, Ads from Unity Trading Group, we'll see you in the next one.